Hello, my name is Andrea Trejo, and today we're going to be working on a math word problem. The title of our problem is the robot manufacturing, and our question says like this. If 3 robots can assemble 17 cars in 10 minutes, how many cars can 14 robots assemble in 45 minutes? Then below we have a picture of the assembly line and the robots assembling the cars. So in order to solve this problem, the first thing I did was rewrite the information that was given to us. And we know that 3 robots can assemble 17 cars in 10 minutes. But first I wanted to figure out how many cars can be assembled by each individual robot. So I divided 17, which is the total number of cars assembled in 10 minutes, by 3, which is the total number of robots. So 17 divided by 3 equals to 5.6. But we don't want to be working with decimals. We want to be working with whole numbers. Therefore, I rounded the 5.6 to a 6. And we can now estimate that one robot can build around 6 cars in 10 minutes. But I decided to take this a step further and figure out how many cars can be assembled in half of that time. So we know that half of 10 is 5, so 5 minutes, and half of 6 is 3, so one robot can build 3 cars in 5 minutes. But what was our actual question? Well, we want to know how many cars can be assembled in 45 minutes by 14 robots. So what we did was multiplied 14 times 6, 14 representing the number of robots and 6 representing the total number of cars that each robot can assemble in 10 minutes. So now we know, after multiplying 14 times 6, that 14 robots can build 84 cars in 10 minutes. Now, what I did was multiply 84 times 4. Why? Because we wanted to figure out how many cars could be built in 40 minutes, and then on 5 minutes. Add these two numbers and we get the total number of minutes that we're looking for and the total number of cars built in those 45 minutes. But let's not run ahead of ourselves and go back to this multiplication. So 84 times 4, which 84 represents the total number of cars built in 10 minutes by the 14 robots, and 4 representing the minutes, because we know that 10 times 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 is gonna equal to 40. So 84 times 4 equals to 336. So now we know 14 robots can build 336 cars in 40 minutes. And we're gonna do the same thing and figure out how many robots can be built by the how many cars can be built by the 14 robots in 5 minutes. So I multiply 14, representing the number of robots, times 3, that represents the number of cars that can be assembled by each individual robot in 5 minutes. So 14 times 3 equals to 42. Now I added these two numbers, the 336, because that's the amount of cars built by the 14 robots in 40 minutes, plus the 42, because that's the number of cars built by the 14 robots in 5 minutes. So 336 plus 42 equals to 378, which tells us that 14 robots can build around 378 cars in 45 minutes.